Hello everybody, welcome back to some Space Engineers. Morilibus here. How are you all doing today? Fine, don't tell me. Whatever. Okay, today we are going to finally get this thing done. I wanted to bring you in just in case things go horribly wrong. So one concern we had, and some of you had, is once I get rid of this, there's nothing kind of holding this thing, or preventing this thing from floating away, because those little thrusters were kind of keeping this thing stable. But I still want to get rid of it. So you recommended putting a little reactor here, and I thought about that just to keep this connection going, and then we could have kept thrusters on there. But what I want to do is put a connector onto this guy, and then his thrusters can hopefully stabilize this whenever we need it. And I think today we are going to try to turn this into a station as well. So let's go ahead and grind this guy down. The only thing holding him on is this little guy. Once I start powering him down, that's it. But first, we're going to take the uranium out, and that should simulate it floating away. So it's no longer attached. This thing is no longer attached, and it no longer has power. But once we get these 50 reactor components over into the other thing, we should be all good to go. So let's go ahead and do that. And we do have our little guy here to provide us with suit power. Okay, there we go. Let's get rid of everything but the reactor components. See if we can collect all those. Not quite. So let's go ahead. Put those over here. Almost. 4 more. We're almost there. There we go. And then the rest of these components I think we'll hang on to for just a moment. We do need to make that med bay, but we'll hold off for just a moment. I do want to make this thing into a station, I believe, as we discussed, and as someone mentioned in the comments as well, so that's probably the best next step to do. So that is what we're going to do. I will listen to you. I think you are correct as well. All right. Finally. Well, whoops. Didn't quite have enough room. There we go. We have a reactor. Finally. Yay! Woohoo! Okay, let's grab that uranium. We might as well put it all over there. This should be relatively safe unless I push this into the asteroid, blowing up the reactor with all the uranium inside. Very likely. Could happen. Not going to deny it. Alright. So we'll get rid of this. We'll throw on another little medium cargo container, as we talked about, on the back of this ship, which you guys have suggested some names, so thank you very much. We got a suggestion for the Neeleria, which is a mysterious word that is lost in time. The Tickler, or the Molar Leftovers. We also have Shaky. We have the Honey Badger. We have Tunnel Rat. And then a couple of by myself, which is Chip, as in a chip of a tooth, since Molar is named after a tooth. We could call him Chip. Or, to go with my misuse of words, we could call him the Silicone Collector. So, yeah, various things we could call him. So if everyone wants to just go ahead and vote on a name in the comments. Yeah, we could settle on something. Some of the names might not be... I like the Tickler. I like Shaky. But hopefully he won't be either of those once we're done with them. So those two might not apply, but we'll see. Alright, so this connector we're going to basically put right back onto Mr... Oops. Oh god, there's stuff in there. Mr. Shaky. Empty the connector before you destroy it. What are you? Displays. I don't know if I've ever seen you outside of a container before. Maybe I have. There we go. Okay. So as long as we don't hit this thing, it shouldn't go anywhere. And I don't plan on hitting it, but that doesn't mean I won't. What do we need? Let's grab some steel plates on us. Maybe some... Do we have any more interiors? Did I throw them all in this thing? I think I threw them all in there. So let's just go ahead and make some of those, because we are going to need them. Okay, I don't remember what a cargo container needs to place. It needs interior plates. Okay. I chose wisely. So we will do that. And then let's go ahead and grab a connector, which is somewhere right there. Is that guy in our way? Oh, he's not. Bam. All right. And then we'll make these. Okay, that should do it. We got everything we need. Back in business. So now we could haul this guy around with this little guy. And we'll probably put some more thrusters on him to make it a little bit more maneuverable. And that might be what we do right now, actually, before we try to haul this guy around. There's a bunch of stuff that I almost overlooked that's in this medium cargo container. So we got some parts in here that we could use. We've got some of that. So we can make 6 thrusters by the looks of it. And I think that's it. Nope, we got more in there. We can make 9 thrusters. Oh, and we got 9 large steel tubes. Plus 1. So yeah, we can make 9 more thrusters if we want. So maybe we'll do that. And then we'll haul this guy over. And while that's going, we can just let this guy keep going with production. So that's going to be kind of a holdup. Is the refinery anyway. Let's probably don't need. Let's do that. Let's swap out the silver. Let's actually put that back over there. We don't need that much platinum, but maybe we want a bit. So let's move most of it over, and we'll just process a little bit of everything, including the silicon. I'm learning. I think that's a word I've always just said wrong. And then the silver can go again. All right. And we gotta get some more ores, maybe some nickel, because I tried making some motors, but we don't have any nickel or cobalt, actually. And then I realized I didn't need those motors anyway, because I had them in here. All right. So what I want to do, let's see. Now, one thing about this guy, he's probably not going to be able to go straight through an asteroid unless we add more drills, or unless we move some thrusters around. Maybe we'll just move some thrusters around. So let's grab what we need. Let's actually get rid of everything except the large steel tubes, because that's what we need to place those. And maybe we'll grab some steel plates as well. So what if we put the thrusters like down in here, and we could have one. This will keep it kind of in line. So we could do that. That'll be 2 up, 2 down. That's probably okay. And then we could wrap them in armor. Just gonna wing this. Wing this? I don't have a plan for this, is what I'm trying to say. So that could work. And then what if we put you guys sideways right under his arms? And we're out of steel tubes. You bastards. Okay, let's make some more. We should be able to make that. One nice thing about having that arc furnace going is iron shouldn't be too much of a problem. So whenever we need like steel plates and stuff, we should be able to do that without having to interrupt the refinery. The other thing we're not going to have, I guess, is enough thruster components, but we'll throw those in there anyway and see how many it can make. What are we missing for those again? What do they take? Does it tell me? There we go. Gold. Out of gold and out of cobalt. So once we get that gold going, why don't we make sure that's at the front of the line? It's not. Aha. That's not gold. It was at the front of the line, was it? No, where's our gold? It already processed, but it's not in the assembler. Okay. So let's move some of that stuff over. And now... Okay, there we go. So now we got some more thrusters. And let's go to inventory. Let's take those thrusters. Some steel tubes. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so Mr. Shaky shouldn't be shaky no more, hopefully, once we get done with it. So that has... Alright, 2 up, 2 back, 2 sideways. We'll get rid of the ones on the top here. So why don't we finish him, and then we could take him off as well. That will get us some more parts. There we go. Give him a downwards one. We don't want him drifting off into space either. Let's try not to lose too many things into space. So far, we're good. I think we've just lost some ores. Not too big a deal. But yeah, I do want to get this guy kind of situated roughly where he's going to be. Okay, thruster-wise, those are probably okay where they are. The gyros and the backwards ones. Okay. Let's move the backwards ones. Maybe not. We don't want to burn stuff as we're backing away from something, like a connector. So maybe we'll put 2 or 3? We'll see. We'll put 3. I'm going to go ahead and... Maybe we'll put some on top too, actually. You probably want a bunch of forward thrust. Or a little bit. Depends how heavy this guy ends up being. We can modify him after the fact. And I think I'm going to move the gyro underneath the reactor. Maybe we'll push that back as well. So we don't need you anymore. Let's get rid of you. And we could throw your parts in these guys. We'll just get them up to working status. And then I'll weld the rest of this guy probably off camera. Throw some armor around him so we don't smash him into the side of the asteroid. Okay, so we can get rid of you. And you. Okay, he's our only forward thrust, and he's probably okay where he is. And we can get rid of your little mohawk. Goodbye, mohawk. You are no longer wanted. Okay. So there he might actually be streamlined enough to squeeze into an asteroid. His detector component we could probably leave there. Well, we could probably leave that reactor there, but I think we figured out that he needs more power. So why don't we give him another one. And let's move that gyro back here. Actually, I'm going to give him 2 gyros just for the weight, I think. Yeah. Just for the added weight. I don't know if that light is actually held on. Yeah, it should be. So we could take that stuff, move it over. Okay. Good, good. Gimme. Gimme. Okay. And maybe we'll move that reactor back. I don't know. It's probably okay where it is. So now we got a decent amount of weight kind of in the center. And I might put some heavy armor beside it just for some more added weight. That light can stay where it is. Detector guy. I might actually move this reactor back as well. And then we'll move the detector guy over 1. So let's take that out, even though he's going to float away. And then we'll try to build this before he does. Gimme. Gimme. Need a metal grid. Can't get the metal grid. Why no? Pick up metal grid. Might not have inventory space. It's okay, there is one in the cargo, so let's go ahead and grab... Oh no, we can't get it because I just removed the power. Not a problem. I know there's a metal grid in here, but let's just make another one. It's probably easier. Otherwise, I probably have to hack off one of those conveyor things to get access to this cargo container. Because if there's no power, like we can see it here, but I can't get it. We can't drag it through the conveyor system. There's no power. That was a change. I can't remember when they did that, but that makes sense. That is logical. Oh god, I hit it. Did I hit it? I didn't hit it. We're good. Whew. Okay. Metal grid. Okay, we're back in business. We can get him up and running again. Throw the uranium back in. And he won't fly away. There we go. Brilliant. No problem. And do I have enough room? I do. Do I have enough room for you? And we're running low on power. And now I must be full. Okay. So what's taking up all my space? Some reactor stuff, or some thruster stuff. So let's go ahead and get rid of some of that. So we got more room. You need construction components. You are running low on energy. Prepare to die. I don't want to die. I want to live, March. Who's March? There's no Marge in space. Fools. Okay. Should probably go ahead and not die. Okay, there's that. I think I took that off my bar. I did not. There we go. Beautiful. And then... Alright, fine. I won't die. Be that way. Okay, already he's looking a little bit better. What if we go... Nope, still shaky. Oh, whoops. Oh god. I did a bad thing. There's no sideways thrust. And there's no gyro. Okay, let's get that finished so he'll stop drifting. There we go. And let's try to get one of those guys done. We need some construction components, so we should be able to reach those now. There we go. We need some motors, steel plates. Motor, steel plates. And then we should be able to turn as well. Okay. Crisis averted. Everything is fine. There we go. Bam. Alright. So yeah, let me just go ahead and finish welding everything else that's on here, and then we can wrap them up in some armor. And let's go ahead and give them another forward thrust. We'll keep it back there, just in case. And we could put some more on the front if we or on the top if we really want to. But if we can keep... We'll probably put some armor on the top anyway. I don't like the idea of having the cargo container exposed, because it might explode if we brush up against an asteroid or something. And if that explodes, probably everything else will go up with it. So we don't want that to happen. Okay. Doesn't have enough power. I forgot to put that other reactor in. So let's do that. I guess we'll put it over here. Except we need construction. Do I have any more construction? I do. So let's move it over there. And then we need metal grid, large steel tube. Metal grid, large steel tube. Press motors, piers. And then we'll probably move this other reactor over one block just for symmetry, because why not? Though I already moved it once, we're going to move it again. And he still needs some computers, actually, before we can finish them. There we go. And then we'll bring that over. Throw that in there. And we'll take about half of it. And put the other half in the other one. And hopefully that's enough power. I guess we could see before I remove it. That way, oops. That way, if we need a third, I could just put it 3 in a row. So let's do that. So how are you doing? You can fly. And how does he turn? Already he's handling better in terms of turning. And we're at 60, a little bit of override when the dampeners kick in. So yeah, maybe we'll give it a third reactor. And then we'll wrap him up in some armor, and he should be good to go. So I need one last reactor component. Boop. Oh, and we're out of iron, I think. Dawn. I was making up a bunch of steel plates. So what we might have to do is go actually use him and get some more iron first. But that's okay. And we're not out of iron, it was just all in the arc furnace, so if I throw that over there, it'll keep making our steel plates for us, so that's good. Cancel those thrusters, I don't think we need them. Alright, I did want to add, I think, a couple more on the side, though. So right above these ones, I think I'm going to put 4 more. So assuming I have the parts for that, there's 2, 2. Maybe I do need those ones. Are there any over here? There are not. So yeah, we might actually need 2. But we don't have the cobalt to do 2. Correct? Correct. Okay. That's okay. We'll get them started. we'll just finish them once we've gone out mining. But we'll leave room for them. So I can place them, put the steel tubes in them, and that'll be about it. Is there anything we should fill in there? Anything we want to hide? He doesn't have his antenna anymore. But that's not really... I guess we could hide... No, we couldn't hide an antenna there. Antennas are 2 blocks. I knew that. I was thinking we could put it there sticking straight up, but not if these thrusters are there. Okay. So we could do that, that, and then that. And then we're out of thrusters. Okay. So next, I actually want to use heavy armor, I do believe. Which I don't have any steel plates on me anymore. Oops. So we have 124. Steel plates take 5, so that means these are going to go pretty quick. So we'll go... I'm just going to put strips of heavy armor. The rest is going to be light armor. So he's going to have kind of like this. And that's just kind of like a barrier. And then we'll do the same thing on the side. And protect these. And that way, for the most part, he's protected with heavy armor. And the rest will just fill in on the side. So there we go. And hopefully this works. Didn't test this. But hopefully it works out. That way if we smash into something, the heavy armor will take the blunt of it. The blunt? Brunt. Brunt? Pretty sure brunt is the right word. I will probably say words incorrectly a lot. Just so you know. And then the bottom... Oh, this stuff really needs something. I guess. It's going to make him quite big, but... It's probably going to be too big now to fit into anything. But I think we'll do that. And that is good enough. And then the rest we'll do in some... Maybe we'll do that. The rest will be just light armor. But I think we have enough. Let's go take a look at our steel plate production. See how that's going. It's still going. And how's our armor doing? It says it's available... Looks like it's gonna take everything we need to finish that. So, that's okay. So we'll leave that for now. I'll use the rest of the armor to fill in the gaps, I guess. I said I was gonna put some heavy armor there, but let's not. Ooh, let's put the antenna back. We could hide one right in there. We need a small steel tube, computer, and construction component. I wish there was a way to move one item other than like this, because that's a pain. Maybe there is and I don't know about it, but I don't know. I don't know. I want a way. I want a way. Tell me if there's a way. Okay. I mean, we could give him a beacon too, I guess. I don't know why. For fun. That way, if we want to leave the beacon on, we can. Because I think it uses less power than the antenna, but maybe not. I could be completely wrong. What was I out of? I already forgot. I think they have like a similar requirement. Oh, computers. Computers! Oh, I only took... Oh god, that's bright. I only took one computer because I wasn't planning to build that. There we go. Alright. Now, let's wrap them up. All right. There she is. A little goofy looking. But I think that'll do. We'll give it a little bit of a paint job. Maybe we'll paint all the heavy armor black. Oh, I said only the heavy armor black. Can we do that? A little bit of control click. Whoops. Whoops. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wrong button. There we go. Alright. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how she flies. Give it a little bit of a test. It does seem like we've run out of time again today, though. Ooh, should we give him black drills? Make him blick. Maybe. And a blick nose. No idea. Looks kind of weird. And a racing stripe. Make it go faster. Okay. So the way I kind of tried to do it is basically make it so no one component should be able to take damage too easily. Maybe the drills. But even there I put some stuff on the sides to try to prevent them from being able to take any damage. So that way, even if we're flying terribly, if I touch, it shouldn't cause too many issues, hopefully. And maybe? Maybe? No idea. Alright, definitely goofy looking. And we're missing some parts. Although this guy we can get working. Who needs construction components? Not I. And then we'll have to wait till we get some cobalt and stuff. So why don't we go ahead and give her a whirl. Lights are on. Let's get some of this iron. So she doesn't seem to be very shaky anymore, which is good. So she should be pretty stable. And why don't we see how she is for just mining straight. It's a little bit of a wobble. Not too bad. Nowhere near as bad as before. And now, even if we do ram into the sides, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. And let's just try driving forward and see what happens. Now, we are catching by the looks of it. Maybe. Pretty close. Let's pop out. Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to fly straight in, but that's okay. That's what Molar's for, right? This guy will be a reamer. Hey, we call him the reamer. Chip the reamer. Chip and Dale. No, okay. So what else did we need? We needed some cobalt. We could try to find that. Oh yeah, someone let me know with the hand drill when you're mining it. Oops, I got a little freeze up there. When I said it looked like it was deleting the ore, it actually wasn't. It was just going into the drill. So that's cool. Thanks for showing me that. I didn't know that. Oh, there's some cobalt right there. And nickel. Oh, they're quite far in though. This guy's not a digger. I mean, we could just core into that spot. Why don't we try that? Let's see here. Is the light on? Doesn't feel like it. Feels pretty dark. Okay. So right this way. We'll use the secondary mode and just plow through. But we are running out of time, guys. So now this is just stone, right? Oh yeah, there's a bug with lights in the current version. If you're not moving, they don't work, I don't think. Or something like that. So what are we getting? That should be just stone. No, that's cobalt. Cobalt. Oh yeah, that is cobalt. It's got that little yellowish tinge. Whoops. Fly by touch. That's why we got the armor. Okay, let's not secondary mode that. I hadn't yet, so that's good. So we'll get some cobalt. Much needed. So yeah, we should be able to just bash around. Don't really need to worry about too much if we take too much damage. Every once in a while we might need to repair the hull a bit, but it's pretty good. I didn't test to see how well it handles anymore. So we could go try to do that. Okay, there's cobalt. I'm stuck. Stuck in the hole. There we go. And we wanted nickel. That I don't see anywhere. Let's go where the sun is shining. See if we can find any. Okay, so turning. Not bad. So what I want to see is if I turn and then let go of the mouse, it should stop relatively quickly. And it drifts a bit to the sides, but not too bad. So I think that's pretty good. I mean, you can add more gyros, but all that will do is make it do that faster, but it won't necessarily make it handle better. So really it's all about kind of where your center of mass is and where all the weight is in relation to it. I don't see any nickel. What does nickel look like? Oh yeah, what? It looks like all that iron from the last one. Iron. Iron? Iron. Iron. Probably saying that wrong. Doesn't have that much thrust. I think, is that the one that only has 2 though? Yeah, it's not stopping too quickly when we move to the left. Or move to the right. That stops okay that way though. And we only have like 3 forward ones, but it's okay, I guess. We have 4 up, 4 down, 4 left, 4 right. And then only 3 forward and 2 backwards. But, for our first ship, I think it's okay. Ooh, what's that blue stuff? Is that the magnesium? What are you? That is magnesium. We don't have any yet. I think it's only needed for bullets and stuff, but I don't know. Why don't we just grab a little bit? I don't know why I'm drilling at this funny angle. But I don't think we're going to be able to get to anything else today. I wanted to turn that thing into a station. I guess that's going to be a task for the next episode, as that's going to take a little bit of time to do. And, okay, let me just watch the actual HUD display. We might need to get some more gold. Iron. There's nickel, but it's pretty far in. Looking for some nickel close to the surface. Commercial freighter. Why don't we just go over that? Uranium and some more gold. Why don't we grab this gold while we're here? And whatever platinum happens to make it in as well. And then we should have a decent amount of storage. And that's going right in the connector. Drills are... That's not at full yet. So yeah, we won't be able to mine like for a long time, especially in the realistic settings. Stuff will fill up relatively quickly. What we're also going to have to do is get some kind of cargo hold onto the station as well. Right now we're just making use of the like refinery and assembler and stuff for storage, but that's not going to do once we start getting some more stuff stored up. So we'll probably want to get a large cargo container somewhere, but I'd like to get the thing situated where we want it first before we do that. Otherwise, yeah, it's going to be even more stuff to kind of maneuver around. And I don't really want to build stuff and then relocate it afterwards. So I'm going to try to plan some stuff out maybe in the next episode and get our mobile base, mobile station thing somewhat laid out so we don't have to do that. And then we're going to look at probably building some more refineries, because that's kind of a choke point at the moment. And then once the refineries are no longer the choke point, it's probably going to be assemblers that become the choke point. So then we'll probably build some more assemblers as well. So that's where most of our parts are going to go, I think, for the next little while. We got a little miner, so we can collect ores and stuff while the refinery is processing. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to dig for nickel, because I am not seeing any here on the surface. Just that one that was by that cobalt. You guys might have saw one pop up, as your eyes can look in different places than mine. Go figure. No nickel. Okay. Well, I'll head back. I no longer have that little antenna, but I do know we're in the sun, so our crater should be coming up. There it is. Excellent. Yeah, we had so much nickel last time. I think it was just the way I created the asteroid the first time. Most of the iron that we're seeing was nickel instead. Oh! Nickel. Is that nickel? This looks like nickel to me. And some silver. Oh, that's what this was. I remember seeing this before. It says iron, but I don't believe you. Lies! You are nickel. I know it. So there we go. Oops. It's okay. We are built to smash. So yeah, we should be able to take a beating. And we got those blocks around the connector too to protect the connector, but should still allow us to back up. Why don't we end the episode by connecting to our thing. And let's just make sure we actually did get nickel. No, that is iron. It's just in the sun. It looks a bit different. I was sure that was nickel. Oh well. I do know there is some by that cobalt, so we'll get some. Alright, let's see how I can do with parking this thing. Let's get up close. And we'll just do a little spin job. Why don't we take a look at the center of mass too? Although, episode's getting really long now. Sorry guys. Hope you don't mind. And The person. That's pretty good for center of mass, actually. It's pretty much the center of the ship. I wanted to check that because if I spin around and the center of mass was, say, towards the front of the ship, then my back end might, like, ram the connector as I was turning. Okay. So hopefully we can do this very flawlessly so we don't bump it. And then we should be able to tow. Oh, my things might be preventing me from locking on. Yep. And now it's moving. Okay, I think we gotta get rid of these ones at least. So I'll go ahead and do that. Remember earlier in the episode when I said the reactor is gonna go smash into the asteroid? I hope that doesn't happen. Right. Backing up. Well, once it hits the asteroid, assuming it doesn't blow up, we should be okay. Okay. Now to line up. Always the fun part. Whoop. Especially when it's moving. So my little connector protectors, although a good idea, not functional. Probably would work if we were trying to connect to a small ship, but since the large connector is a lot bigger, I think the other ones are still in the way. Come on. Yeah, the other ones are still in the way. Whoops. How are we doing? I think we'll be okay. It's gonna hit. But it shouldn't do any damage. I'll just get rid of these ones too. And then we should be fine. And then we'll have our new trailer, our new hitch. I guess I could just leave it like this if this works. We won't have those things pointing back like that. Oh god, it's getting worse. Oh my. I thought I was good. A fool was I. And you did say to leave that thing on there, but at one point we would have had to take it off anyway to move the thing around. Oh god, it's gonna be... Okay. Come on. Come on, magnetic pull. Come on. Well, this has gone flawlessly. Oh, you silly thing. Now it's like way down there. Well, this will be a task for maybe next episode then, because we might have to chase that down a bunch. And I gotta get that off the asteroid. Whoa, my controls. Whoa! Okay. Well, there we go. Our thing is resting comfortably in the little crater. It's slowly drifting away. Those lights are messed up. Well, we'll see you in the next episode. Hopefully we can get our trailer back. Bye-bye! Oh. Push! Push! Is pushing? No. Nope, we're screwed. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine, guys. Don't worry about it. See you next time. Come on, guy. Can you even lift? No. Oh well. Ooh. Piston. And push. Boing! Flawless. See you next time.